Apollo rides a horse. Well, I grabbed hold of the to my mind. Thank you. Those are my words exactly. In the Morelos Mountains, campesinos are planting their fields, where the ghost of Zapata rides a horse that can still outrun the wheel. High in the sky above the clear outside, it's the free Mexican Air Force flying tonight. Well, there in Kentucky, a cowgirl is cooling her heels, remembering that God gave us herbs and the fruits of the field. But a criminal law that makes outlaws of those seeking life make the free Mexican Air Force Escalito riding his white horse. The free Mexican Air Force is flying tonight, flying so high. Yeah, yeah, yeah. How strange an innocent herb causes money to burn. They'll jail you or kill you for making those rich fat cats squirm. But nothing can stop us, my vision is clearly in sight. And the free Mexican Air Force is flying tonight. While we smoking colitas, federales are loading their guns, blowing smoke from their six-shooters, spinning their barrels for fun. Contrabandistas, banditos of lies, we're the free Mexican Air Force and we're flying tonight. And high in the hills we are harvesting sweet sensibilities. The law wants it all because they think that while we can free us. Freedom for us is a prison for the rulers of might. That's why the free Mexican Air Force, Escalito riding his white horse. The free Mexican Air Force is flying tonight. Everybody flying so high. Yeah, yeah. Flying tonight. Okay.
Subdue that a little bit here. Good evening. It's 7 o'clock, 7 past 7 p.m. On October 11th, 2022 here, man. I was playing that happy birthday. That was for Art Blakey. Art Blakey, maybe one of the greatest jazz drummers out in the realm of the Buddy Rich, the Max Roach. You know, I mean, real old hardcore bopping jazz, man. Back in the day, swing bop, all that stuff, man. But anyway, I saw that it was his birthday today. You know how I do the on this day thing. You know, I go looking around to what happened on this day, and then I try to look for the boxing, but I always look for the jazz too. And birthdays are special. And I remember, I have a bunch of Art Blakey albums in there. And I remember seeing this in something we used to call the newspaper back in the day, and I cut it out. This was Art Blakey, jazz drummer, dies at 71. And this was the 16th of this month. So he was born on the 11th and he died on the 16th. And he died in 1990. And man, if you just look, you look through the through his obituary, which is you don't see too many obituaries today. I probably won't get one when I go, man. Maybe something online, but a piece of a solid in the old Providence Journal that I used to get, And I saw Art Blakey at the Newport Jazz Festival in 1981, and he had the big band with him, and he had another drummer too on stage. But he played with Dizzy Gillespie. He played with the Jazz Messengers. Wayne Shorter was in the Jazz Messengers. Freddie Hubbard, Jackie McLean, Wayne Shorter. Miles Davis. He's played with everybody. Sonny Rollins. He had an extensive jazz career, and today was his birthday, and he died in 5 more days. It's kind of weird. It's kind of like we were talking about Ernie Shavers. Ernie Shavers, his birthday was the day before he passed away. I guess things are, maybe there's something to this astrology. But anyway, man, that's that. And I'm sitting here with, look at this baby, a brand new Toker 2. Right? So look, I always have a brand new one when I come on. Tuesday night fights. Yeah, I love it. Anyway, man, I'm gonna do a couple of these, and this is a strain called Gorilla Glue. I'm very, very blessed. My friend will take care of my computer. A good friend of mine. I've known the dude for 40 years. We've had a lot more ups than downs, and he's still hanging with me. Anyway, he come down to fix my computer, and his son is he's 2.0 with the weed. You know what I'm saying, man? The next generation, and he grew some killer shit. Up to that Gorilla Glue, man. The kid grew this in his backyard, you know. Look at that little beauty there. Let's see if I can. I'll have to hold that up here and throw the hand behind it to see if I can get it to freeze, for the focus to lock in there. Come on. Before I start shaking, there we go. The little red hairs, the nice stickiness of it, nice gooiness. The dude did a good job. What I'd like to do someday is kidnap him, throw him on an island that I hope to inherit, and give him a bag of seeds and give him 10 pounds of filet mignon every week, a couple of dozen eggs, and go see him in 3 months and see what he's done with that bag of seeds. But anyway, guys and gals, anybody that came in here, I'm going to shout you out in just 1 second. Let me do a couple of pokes here, and we can get into this talk about what's this cancer unboxing today. How's that? Got to do a couple here, man. Listen to a little blues. I mean, we're going to be talking about the PEDs in boxing. And you know, it seems to be the hot topic of the week. And don't let this old man here fool you, man, because back in the day, I was my occupation for the last 25 years, last 30 years actually, was in the nutrition industry, the fitness industry. I owned a store for about 14 years. I sold nutritional supplements. I had a small workout studio. It was very lucrative at the time. Nutritional supplements were not even available online. People didn't know what they were. People thought they were legal steroids. They were far from it. But we did tangle up with that shady world of the legal steroids, man. They were all over the place back in the 90s. You know, everybody was doing them in the gym. Let me see who's in here, man, before we get too carried away here, man. Let me see who stopped in to see Bruce Gas today, man. Carlos Mendoza, my brother. I appreciate you in here, my man. First one in the room. Hope you're still here, man. But if you're not, thank you for coming by. Show your appreciation by giving me the thumbs up. I know you always do, man. So shout out to my man, Carlos Mendoza. Nordic Warrior, man. God bless you, my brother. Always a pleasure to see you, man. Always a pleasure to hear and see you. Impala, my man. Appreciate it. My brother, Carl. Digging on some fine weed over here. Doing our thing on Tuesday nights. I didn't get anybody to come in with me tonight. We got a lot of stuff on the line, though, man. Don't give up on Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz, and more Tuesday night fights, because we do have some fighters that are. In fact, we might have something this week for you in a couple of days. You know, they don't work on my time, man. They work on their time, and I'm very flexible. I said that, bro. I said, well, I'm retired, man. I said, you don't have to worry about if I'm ready for it. When you're ready for it, you call me. 2 minutes, bang, we're on the air doing a live fucking Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz, and more. This is the beauty of this, man. We don't step on anybody's toes. There's plenty of sites, there's too many sites for us to worry about stepping on somebody's toes, you know? Like walking through a minefield, blindfolded, using your tippy toes as your guide. But anyway, man, who else is in here? My brother Marion G, crazy motherfucker. Salute to you, Marion G. Love you, my brother. Pounds, peace, my brother Pounds. I thank you for coming in here, man. Al Money, always on the ball. I see him all over the place, man. Shout out to you, Al Money, man. Thank you for coming by. Big Tex, my man Big Tex. You know he's puffing on some good shit, man. Always hits me with the emojis, and I know it's him. I know everything's all right, man. Shout out to you, my brother Big Texas. Calvin Johnson, man. Shout out, bro. Shout out to you, man. I hope I haven't seen you in a while. I can't remember. I've seen you in a while, but it's good to see you, my brother. I appreciate you coming by. My man, the Skywalker, my brother. Always been my brother since I've been on YouTube over here, man. You know, he came on. I think he was one of the first ones I had him when I started the show, and he's got a great little channel going on over there, man, growing rapidly. And you know, we're doing the right thing. You know, we're definitely doing the right thing over here, man. So shout out to you, my bro Skywalker. And Remy. Shout out to my brother Remy, man. I'm looking at those two model cars you sent me, man. Every day I look at them on my shelf in front of my screen. Good brother Remy, man. I saw your video today. I didn't have time to comment on it, but I will, man. GTS, get this smoke. Get himself a nice little channel now. You always see GTS everywhere, any time of the day or night. Sub to GTS. You want to hear him? He's on a lot. He's on in the morning. Good time, man. Good time for me because I'm fucking straight. So shout out to GTS, man. And my brother Mad Chad, smoking on some crazy purple funky motherfucking. I don't even know what the hell it was, man. Something new to me, but man, it sounded like it was kick-ass shit. It sounded sweet. It sounded enticing. I almost feel like getting in a fucking car. I'm getting the old lady's car. I gotta get an inspection sticker on that. The sucker ran out first of the month, and shit, it's 11 days already. I'm glad she hasn't been stopped. But if she does, I think they only give you a 5-day fucking thing on that. They don't tow it. They better not, man, because I can't pick her up. My car's dead too. But anyway, man, Tony Boswell, man, shout out to you, brother. Enjoying life, my friend Tony Boswell. Good brother, always coming. Always, damn, what the fuck can I say about Tony Boswell? A brother for life. Hey, Robert Stroud, how you doing, bro? I tried to tell you, read one of Bud's and bro, send me one. I don't have time for. I'm not a reader. I wish I was, man. You know, I wish I was more of a reader. But you know, it's funky enough here, and you know, I've read Carol's book. I've read a few of her things back in the day, but when I can sit down and read something, because I can't even watch a fucking. I'm trying to watch the Jeffrey Dahmer fucking thing on. The series on I don't know what it's on. I stream it, but I'm gonna definitely check that out, man. I wanna time. Salute, bro. But thanks for coming in, Robert. Appreciate that, brother. MP, what the fuck? How you doing, man? Things moving quicker than I am over here, man. Audio book. All right, bro. I'll download it. I'll check it out, man. I'm not gonna lie. I love classic boxing. Joyce Carol Oates, man, dude, and this is a history of boxing. This is what I live for. But unfortunately, I don't have time to fucking listen to anything except a little bit of YouTube live over here and put stuff together for the shows. And big things are happening. We're gonna be doing a lot of things, so stick with us, man. There's a lot of shit happening. I don't know if you guys checked out the Atlantic City Hall of Fame last weekend, man. Awesome fucking event. I mean, just Google it and read some of the articles that were printed about that. It was Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Sunday was the big day, and all the greats were there. A lot of the greats were there, man. You know, my favorite one, Danny Little Red Lopez. Man, B&B and B&B. My brother, check out some of this guy's recipes, some of the stuff that he cooks on his show, on his website. Make sure you sub to everybody who's got a channel, man. But B&B, he does some serious down-home cooking. I seen him cooking that red snapper, cooking that chicken yesterday. I'm sure he's got some beef dishes to throw in there. He likes to chop up those onions, those peppers, the garlic, man. Good stuff, man. Healthy cooking, great stuff, great interesting stuff. There's more to this life than just talking about the boxing that we love. But I can't figure it out yet. Yeah, make a yellow. Oxtail. Man, my wife had oxtail. I never had it before. It just doesn't sound appetizing to me. It's, too close to the fucking gas chamber. Um, I bet it's delicious, man. I bet it's delicious, but I haven't tried that yet. But here, we're going to talk about this crazy mess in boxing, man, and that's the PEDs, the drugs. And like I said, man, I come from let's put it this way: the field that I was in, the nutritional supplement field. It was when it first came out. It came out with fanfare. Creatine. It kind of started with creatine back in 1995. Creatine hit the market, approved by the NCAA. Athletes gaining 5 pounds, strength going up 10%. I mean, just these wild claims, but they were saying that these claims are true. This is something you can take. You can get big, because back then everybody was working out. It was almost like the Jane Fonda days. A little after that, but crazy clothes, baggy everything, fanny packs. Fanny packs fanny packs fit right in that era, because you could put your syringes, you could put your gear in there. Your gear, that's your droids, man. That's just the vernacular, man. And it was just a common thing. It was all done with a nod and a wink. And it started in the bodybuilding world. That's where it started. The strength athletes, the weightlifters, and the bodybuilders. They were taking testosterone. That was the main steroid of choice. In fact, that's the base of any steroid cycle. In fact, Bruce Gas over here, being 68 years old, 67, I'll be 68 in a couple of months. Let's not rush that calendar here. But I found 2 years ago, I took a blood test, and my testosterone ratios were low. I didn't feel they were low. I didn't think they were low, but I asked the doctor, because I had heard the older you get, your body doesn't produce as much testosterone, and testosterone is not just a muscle building hormone. It's almost like the fountain of youth. It regulates liver functions, cholesterol, blood pressure. Very, very important hormone in the body. When you don't have enough of that hormone, the body's not working at its optimum. So they prescribed me. It's called testosterone cypionate. This right here, we used to buy it back in the gym, same bottle and everything, man. It was I don't think they've changed it for years. There are generic versions. It's artificial testosterone. It's the base of most PED cycles and aids in building muscle mass while reducing body fat, and that's kind of the name of the game. Hey, Derek Clark, bro, thank you for coming by. But let me get my train of thought going here again. Because see, this was found as a way to reach your goals quicker or surpass the goals that you've already reached. Because see, there was a thing back in the day that you genetically maxed out. You're not going to look any better. In fact, you're going to start looking worse. And bodybuilders, I found them to be very, 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 very vain people. If they lost 5 pounds, it would be the incredible shrinking man syndrome. That's why these bodybuilders stay on these cycles continuously for long periods of time. Most doctors will, you can't talk to them about steroid cycles, because it's just not even in their vernacular. It's taboo. It's like asking a doctor, what's the best way to shoot heroin? Hey, G Funky, how you doing, bro? But like I said, man, it was rampant in there, and there's always a locker room guru, which there's a boxing guru now. I think his name is Victor Conti. But every gym had their locker room guru, and this dude would he'd have the juice all the time. Sometimes on him, sometimes you order it in advance. He'd put together a cycle for you. He tell you what to eat. He tell you what post cycle. See, right now we're hearing a lot about this clomidine. I believe the generic version of it was called. It was found with Connor Ben, and that's standard issue for anyone who's done steroids before. Post cycle therapy is just as important as doing the roids, man. See, one of the telltale signs if people just stop taking steroids without doing it properly, without taking the clomidine, the HCG, even clenbuterol, which is another which is classified it's a banned substance, and that's another one that's used to burn fat and keep muscle. They use it on cattle, keeps meat, burns fat. Better prices on meat, and it goes right back into the Canelo's excuse for having it in his system because of the meat that he ate, which is entirely possible. But man, boxers always looking for the edge out there, man. Always looking for the edge. Any sport, the higher you get to the top, the more the desire is to any cost. You'll take a little. Let me see if I can find this thing that I found in here about some of the bodybuilders that were. No, I'm sorry, the boxers. Here we go. Okay, man. Tyson Fury for Nalderone. That's DECA. That's what athletes strive for, but unfortunately, it stays in the system for a long time, up to 18 months. So this is one of your substances that athletes know to stay away from. And with Tyson Fury, he got busted with that. What was that? Was that during the? That was the rematch with Klitschko, and they found it in a sample. Let's see if I can find the backup I had on that one. Well, anyway, man, Tyson Fury is one of them, man. Canelo Alvarez, clenbuterol, huh? Louis Neary, Dillian White, methahexamine. I'm not quite sure what that is, but I think it's a diuretic, which are even more dangerous than the anabolic steroids. Jarrell Big Baby Miller, he got busted with what they call a designer steroid. These are the ones that they're making now to try to beat the tests, and that's another thing we'll talk about too, man. The tests for these things. When I had my nutrition store, one of my biggest sellers was a product called Strip. It was a detoxing agent, man. You could take that, and if you took it with enough water and your metabolism was high enough, then it would get these metabolites out of your body. Maybe put a little masking agent in there, but it was a very popular seller. Especially I live next to a university. Around basketball season, football season especially. All of a sudden, I'd sell 20 bottles of that in a week, where normally I'd sell 4 or 5. But it was one of those drugs in boxing. We're in a world now where drugs are we're in an instant gratification. We want it now. We don't want to wait. We don't want to get it the hard way. In boxers, they're only fighting once a year. Well, what is this all of a sudden, man? The new wave for boxing. I mean, look at it. The fight that we're looking forward to on Saturday night, man. The fight that out of all the fights going on, the Clarissa Shields extravaganza, and then the Kambosos and Haney fight. I'm going to be watching a lot of those fights, man. But the one I'm looking forward to are the big boys. Maybe it's probably going to be the most one-sided slaughter out of all of them. But I love heavyweights, and in fact, the card we got Carlos Migron and Frank Sanchez on there. Then we're gonna have Caleb Plant. I'd love to see Darrell knock out Caleb Plant. I don't think we're gonna see that, but wouldn't that be something to watch? Wouldn't that kind of make us say whoa? And that's the co-main event. But anyway, man, that was another one. Jarrell Big Baby Miller blew his whole career because he couldn't get off the juice, and that's that. See, this stuff it's got a psychological addiction to it. You know, you can it's not physically. No. You know, you stop taking it, do your post cycle, get your hormones, because you're fucking with your hormones. That's another thing too. And this is what's causing these long-term ramifications that they're finding out, where athletes who are abusing it in the 90s and in the late 80s, man. Like, look at Arnold. Everybody thought Arnold was what didn't do drugs. Arnold admitted he did nothing by today's standards, but in his 50s he needed triple bypass surgery. And unfortunately, Arnold's got a lot of money, so Arnold can get the best care that other people just can't get. You know, I think that should be a deterrent to people who decide to try to use these products to cheat on, man, because you're gonna fuck yourself up in the long run. I just had a friend of mine. In fact, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. You know, I've done several steroid cycles back in the day. I haven't done them in the 2000s. He's wrong in the 90s, and my brother Jerry Ward, who's a former steroid user, he has a big YouTube channel, over 150,000 subs. He was my buddy back in the gym, man. He was the guy who gave me my first shot in the ass when I did my first cycle. He wrote the cycle down for me. He told me how to take it. He was a monster. This guy was 5'10", about 270. I mean, he was a walking Hulk. And anyway, man, you know, Jerry stopped taking all that stuff. He cleaned his act out. He went down to Washington, D.C. He got involved with YouTube at the early stages. And, you know, he had a great channel. He was HLD, salute my brother. He was going to seminars. He was competing in natural bodybuilding shows, but he still, you know, he hung out with the same cats we all did. You know, the guys on the dark side. You know, but so we just had another big bodybuilder, Rich Piana. He passed away. You do that shit on a constant basis, man. You know, you like these 21-inch guns, but you don't realize your kidneys are fucking extra large for a year or two. You know, and some of these people don't cycle off. They don't do that climate. They don't do that post cycle. And they're all dying now. We're finding out that they're fucking dying from kidney failure, from fucking cirrhosis of the liver. You know, from fucking enlarged heart failure. My friend Jerry, he passed away a little over a month ago. You know, was it the early steroid use? Probably. Nick M, man, thank you for coming by, brother. Peace. But you know, this is what we're seeing now, and now this shit stuck his head in boxing. Now boxing has become the leaping stage. It went from the bodybuilding, the weightlifting world, football world, football throughout the 70s. I mean, we had these Lyle Alzados, you know, we had these, so many of them. You know, you look at the movie Collision, one about the brain injuries and the brain damage, you know, just losing it with, you know, putting these foreign substances in your body with no medical supervision. And now boxers, you would think boxers would know better. You know, you're fighting once a year, man. You have plenty of time in the gym, whatever, man. But yet they're still going for that unfair advantage. You know, Kid Galahad, Eric Molina, Romain Stavern, Billy Joe Saunders, Luis Ortiz, Povetkin. Povetkin was one of the worst, man. Tony Yoka, Gamboa, Walk, Roy Jones Jr., Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. I mean, it's rampant. And now, you know, and it went to the baseball era. I don't know if you got, everybody, of course, you remember it. It wasn't that long ago, man. That was That was almost like a fun thing, man. The fucking the fucking giant baseball players. All of a sudden, they came out of nowhere. They're hitting these home runs, and they're taking all these crazy things, and that's these dudes in their locker rooms, these steroid gurus. These are really the gurus. These people know. Victor Conti, he probably knows more about cycling steroids on and off, what to take for what effects, than MDs do. Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, salute. How you doing? Yeah, I'm a great sex cat. That's from this hormonal replacement therapy that I take. I take that once every 20 days. I self-inject it. It's a very, very small amount. It's a half gram of 200 milliliter testosterone cypionate. Back in the day, you'd be taking about 6 times that amount in a syringe, and you would stack that. You do your gram of testosterone, you do your gram of Deca, and maybe a little Winstrol in there. You put together these cycles, and these are what these boxers are doing today. And it's if they do it right, see, they're fighting once a year. If they do their cycle like their guru tells them to, then they won't have any trace in their body because they're doing these water-based products. Like Canelo Alvarez with that clenbuterol. He was the biggest star in the sport, and he tested positive for the drug clenbuterol, which I told you before is it's initially made for horses. It's initially made for cattle. So 86, man, salute to you, my brother. And that's what the extremes that these athletes will go for, man, because you can't buy this stuff in the pharmacy in America. They don't want to risk going to another country, coming caught over the border with it. And the veterinary version, believe it or not, is almost similar. They might not, maybe they do. I don't know how they do it in the pharmaceutical factories. It's how they sanitize it. But I've actually done veterinary testosterone. But anyway, man, like I said earlier, that's the extremes that athletes go to get this shit, to get that edge. And now they're wrong, man. That's another big one. That's the one where Tyson Fury got caught with that in his system. The day before his rematch on June 24th of 1916, they scrapped the fight because they made the UK anti-doping made the charge that Tyson Fury had a prohibitive substance in his body, and it was taken from a blood sample back in February of 2015. That shows you how fucked up these organizations are, these control organizations. And Tyson Fury had a ban of 2 years, which he had already taken a year off. He took another year off. That's when he went on his coke binge, and Deontay Wilder supposedly got him off the couch, and you know how that goes. But the cause of it all, fucking PEDs, meldonium. That's Alexander Povetkin's favorite drug. And the funny thing is, man, Povetkin got busted with that when he was going to fight Deontay Wilder. A year later, the moron gets busted with the same drug when he's going to fight Romain Stavern. Corathiazide. That's what Luis Ortiz was popped with, man. Remember when Luis Ortiz was busted? I'm telling you, Derek Clark, back in the day when I was hanging with the users. See, the gym is a very popular place, a very, very popular social gathering. A lot of doctors go to the gym, man. They want You know, they're there to get healthy, to hang out at the juice bar, maybe pick up a fitness bunny, whatever it may be. But you know, everybody likes to talk to the big guys in the gym, and you will find doctors who I've never heard of a doctor who actually prescribed them, you know, prescribed the steroids, but I've heard of doctors who prescribed post steroid uh, therapy, things like Clomid, HCG, and actually, you know, they would tell them they would give their medical expertise on these things, but yeah, man, I would professional bodybuilders, yeah, they have doctors, man. You know, the Mr. Olympias, the 1% of the 1%, like the total elite bodybuilders. That's the ones who on cycle almost all year long. When they're not on cycle, maybe during a small off season, they're covered up in the middle of the summer. You see them sweatshirts, baggies with another hoodie on top. But I mean, that's the vanity. But yeah, doctors are a very important cog in the wheel, man. And the you know, the steroid chlorophyll, it's a tough one to pronounce. Chlorothiazide, there we go. Just calm down, we get it. Chlorothiazide. It's also used to treat high blood pressure, but it's also used as a masking agent for performance enhancing drugs. So fucking Luis Ortiz, he was in a no-win situation. I think he got 6 months. I'm not sure. Tupac, salute my brother. Salute my brother Tupac. Every time I see you, I want to do a hit, and I do, man. You know, you can't see me in real life, but you can see me over here in the Toker 2 sitting here, carrying on over here. Bruce Gas, Boxing, Jazz, and more. We have no special guest tonight. You know, it's not. This is real life. We don't get them every day, but there's a lot cooking on the horizon, man. Hang with me tonight. Today, I think this is a very cool subject, very important subject, and I've been on a couple of panels and talked about it. Like I was on one yesterday with Raphael Dawkins, crazy motherfucker from England. I like the guy, man. And see, this is why this is one of the things I fit in with over here, bro, because I have a lot of experience in it, and I think I have pretty much as much knowledge, because this isn't something that it's not studied in the book. Maybe it will be now because of the notoriety and the publicity and the importance of it. But this was all kind of from the College of Knowledge on the street. Yeah, not exactly, because see, now it's become big business. When I was involved with steroids back in the 90s, they were just classified as Schedule 3s and Schedule 4s. Before that, man, they weren't illegal. They were prescription, because nobody would actually go get them unless they knew what they were getting them for. But they weren't classified until the 80s. You know, till back in the after Arnold and all those cats, man, Franco Colombo and Lou Ferrigno. See, they all go to Mexico. You can buy a lot of these compounds on the streets in Mexico, in the pharmacies, the pharmacia. I mean, I went to Mexico back in before 2000, you know, like 98, 99. But anyway, man, it's like, hey Rambo, come on over here. You know, it's a business over there, and bodybuilders dig it, and it's a way to gear up. And some of them, you know, they'll smuggle it across the border. But I don't even remember what my point was on this. The legality, yeah. Now they're very illegal. They're very sought after. The feds are looking for them. They have dogs who will sniff them out now, and they have these underground labs that they're, you know, these places in South America where they're making these designer steroids. You know, it's not a huge market, but it's a niche market, and they're paying these scientists to create these things a lot of money, where they can beat drug tests. And Stanisol, that was a very popular one. I think it still is if you can get it. But see, that's another thing. You can't just get what you want. Unless you're maybe at that elite level, then you might be able to. But otherwise, it's almost like it's not legal. Like, you know what I'm saying, man? You can go to the dispensary and they have a lot of different strains, but sometimes they just don't have any Deca. Sometimes there's no D-ball. Can't get it. Chain of supply, chain of command now, the supply chain. But crazy world of boxing, and now fucking anabolic steroids have stuck its head here. Stanazol was the one that Kid Galahad got popped with. He claimed his brother spiked his protein shakes. He got a 2-year ban, which is, I think it's fair. But unfortunately, it's so rampant now in boxing. What's the answer to it? Gerald Big Baby Miller. He almost had an entire chemistry set in his body. The steroid that they got him with was a compound, and they named it. Let me see if I can get this right here. GW501516. In addition to EPO, which is the oxygen booster, the cyclist there, what the hell's his name? Imagine I can't think of his name. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. But anyway, man, that was what he got busted with, and Gerald Miller had that and HGH. And when you take HGH, you have to take insulin. Yeah, insulin like diabetics take, exactly like diabetics take. And so I've seen people who used to take HGH back in the 90s who are insulin dependent at 45 years old. Isn't that fucked, huh? The kidneys just have such a shock. Yeah, Lance Armstrong. There we go. That was his drug of choice, the EPO. Get my okay, I got some music going on in here, man. I want to make sure it stays in the background. See, I found a lot of people ask me, how do you get that music in there, man? So you got to be creative. You go look around. You can find stuff you can play, non-copywritten music. And it's not like that stuff they give you on StreamYard. That stuff will put you to sleep. Tiger Blood, Charlie Sheen. Charlie Sheen is I guarantee Charlie Sheen has done his share of roids, man, because it was just such a common thing, and we didn't know. Yeah, I do HLD. I did, but hey, man, Iceman, salute my brother. The thing is, we got so many PhDs on YouTube, especially now that this is the hot topic. And if you know boxing, you better know if you're fucking steroids. You know what I'm saying, bro? I mean, these guys, Clomidine. I said that to somebody. Oh yeah, he took Clomidine. No, it wasn't Clomidine. It was Clomidine. Yeah, okay. Generic versions, man. There are dozens of them out there. They all do the same thing. We all know what it is now. Everybody's explained what it is. It's a fucking estrogen suppressor, and you can buy estrogen suppressors now over the counter. You can go on your bodybuilding.com. They have one called Estro X. I think it's still out there. Hey, Kui, salute, man. Thank you for coming by. And there's one called Chrysin, which is it's an herb, but it's an estrogen suppressor. And it's the drug business is big right now, man. The PED business. Dillian White, man, he was taking the energy boosting dietary supplement, methylimazine or whatever the fuck it's called, but It's something that you could buy it. You could buy it as a nutritional supplement, but it's a banned supplement. And Dillian White, he got a 2-year ban for fucking around. Which, you know, you have to do something like that. Thank you, Quickly. Smash that like button. I always forget to say that, man. And I don't know why it's important. I guess it is. I'd rather have the subs. I like seeing my sub count go up. That's the thing that I don't see go up as much as I'd like to. But then again, you know, I do a show sometimes and I look and I got like 198, 200 views, sometimes up to almost 300, man. I don't know where that comes from, but I appreciate it so much. And I only got 35 likes, man. Don't you like it? Don't you like me? And I shout you out too, man. That's what, you know, I go on shows, and if I forget to give a like and they shout me out, I'll make sure I go there and give them a thumbs up, because it's what we live for around here. But I appreciate that, Quickly. Appreciate you getting that. Cocos, how you doing, man? Coco the Bulldog. But yeah, man, you know, there was many different anabolic steroids. Phentamine. How about the phentamine? Oscar Valdez's favorite phentamine. And you know, in green tea, there was a supplement that was called Hydroxycut. I don't know if any of you guys remember Hydroxycut. It was a strong one, man. It had ephedrine in there, and it had there's a thing that they took back in the day. It was called the ECA stack. It was ephedrine, caffeine, and aspirin. And they also had an herbal version of that. The herbal version, they something called white willow bark, which is the herbal equivalent of aspirin, and guarana, which is, you know, caffeine is fucking herbal anyway. But the ECA stack, that was in Hydroxycut. And it also had green tea extract, old green tea extract, I guess from the old stuff from Arnold's day. But this had phentamine in there. And anyway, man, I don't know how Oscar Valdez came up positive for that, but you know, he said it was in a nutritional supplement and blah 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 blah. And the weird thing about that one was the fight went on. You know, just see, that was the way I looked at that is they moved it to a reservation, to an Indian reservation, and they don't abide by the rules of the United States or the state rules. They have their own entity, so they could abolish drug tests. I was talking to a fighter on my show, Reggie Too Sweet Miller, Reggie Johnson. I'm sorry, Reggie Sweet Johnson, and he fought Roy Jones, and it was for a unified middleweight title. Roy had, I think, the WBC, and Sweet had the IBF, and it was supposed to be in Vegas, but a week before the fight, it was moved to Biloxi, to an Indian reservation in Mississippi. And after the fight, Reggie's, where's the cup? Where do I piss? And I said, what cup? You know? And that was Don King way back way back before this became such a widespread problem. But this was the day, and who was it? Chris Algieri. He was talking about it on some show today. I heard someone mention it. I didn't hear it myself, but he said that while in Europe, he gave his urine after the fight, and nobody even watched him. It wasn't an observed urine. He just had to go in the bathroom and give it. And Mike Tyson used to talk about, he used to use the Whizzinator. UGC, salute, brother. Oscar. You've heard of that Whizzinator. That's the plastic dick, and you can buy powdered urine. If there's hot water in the bathroom, you can put some hot water in it, shake it up, and you have clean urine. Clean urine's actually it was an expensive commodity back in the day, and they had the Whizzinator. Yeah, man, you know, and Remy, Hydroxycut, I don't know what year you're talking about Hydroxycut, but right now it's basically caffeine, you know, a lot of caffeine, and it's got different herbs in there that's supposed to curb the appetite, this and that, but it's nothing like the I had to pull the original stuff off my shelves when they banned ephedrine. But I had no problem selling it, man, because believe me, everybody wanted ephedrine. Yep, Xenadrin. That was another one. They all had ephedrine in there. Ephedrine was the key. And then and with anabolic steroids, man. See, there was when I had the store. I think it was in around 1997. All of a sudden, this product came out. It was called Pro Hormone. It was called Androstenedione Dion. You know, Mark McGuire had a bottle of that in his gym bag, and all of a sudden, it caught on. I couldn't keep that stuff on the shelf fast enough, and it was going for like almost $100 a bottle for fucking shit that did it work? Maybe, I don't know, man. You know, I took it a few times, but I also took stronger things with it. So, you know, the difference in nutritional supplements and anabolic steroids is the difference between lightning bugs and lightning. You know what I'm saying? You know, all that stuff you can buy online, and you can spend a lot of money. Man, I used to have the customers that came in, and, you know, I encouraged them. I loved them. They kept me in business. I told them, you have to eat right. I mean, this is not a substitution for hard training, for a proper diet, for getting the sleep you need. This is a supplement to supplement your gains. Yeah. Okay, that's $349 for this month's worth of your protein, your fat burners, your muscle builders, your creatine, your joint enhancers. I mean, dude, it was a crazy world. I don't know if it still is. You know, I had to close my store down because the internet put me out of business. You could buy this stuff with a touch of the keyboard, you know, and all of a sudden, brick and mortar stores like mine, they were losing money. You know, we had some use, and some GNCs are still out there, but a lot of stores had to fold up brick and mortar and nutritional supplements, kind of like shoe stores and clothing stores and every other fucking thing, man. You know, what I would sell for $50, you can get it for $35 online, and I was making, if I sold it for $35, I'd lose money. I couldn't even get it for $35, half of them, but. And you know, when creatine, that was another one. But androstenedione, that was the tricky one out of the bunch. See, that came on promising steroid-like effects, claiming that and biologically, for your body to produce testosterone, androstenedione is a naturally occurring hormone in the body. That's why they call these pro hormones. And Tribulus is another supplement that they would sell. Tribulus, DHEA, and androstenedione equal testosterone. That's the biological pathway. The supplement companies claim that you could take these orally and get steroid-like gains. Very few people, if any, ever did. But what they did was they show up positive on a steroid test. So the feds came in and they were classified as they were Schedule 3 narcotics, man. I got a letter from the NCAA. I couldn't sell them anymore. They heard that I was still selling them. This was probably Roger Williams College. I don't know why or who or when or what, but I couldn't. Let me get my next set of tunes on here without No, not that one. Let's see. Let's see what I can get on here. Forgive the cut in my head. I shaved that trying to shave my dome the other day. Here we go. Let's go to Jamaica, man. I put protein powder and yogurt in 16 ounces for breakfast. Shake that up. Boom. Little Tom Cruise action. And that's the first meal of the day after the cardio. But I mean, try eliminating some things that you don't need to drink and replace them with water. You get better. You get much better. You feel better. You look better. I don't know about that, but your body will thank you for it. See, this is another one I found that you can get away with playing on your show. And uncopywritten. I'm digging on it. Anybody wants to Anybody wants any help, just send me an email and I'll get you in the right direction, man. I'll give you something to play besides that elevator music, man. It drives me crazy. I go on some cat shows and they're playing that stuff. I'm saying, bro, you're still playing that, man? Come on. I mean, at least it's got a little bit of that pressure drop in it, you know? We all have our favorites, my brother. You know that, man. The Gava Kush. We all love our weed. That's the thing I like about my show, man. You know, people that come in here, not a lot of us, man. But if we don't smoke it, we certainly do respect it. Hit me up, bro. You can get my email. itsbrucegoes@gmail.com. Gotta make sure you put the its on there, and we'll hook up. Just shoot me your phone number and we get it down, my brother. You know, we all help each other out on here, and you know, it ain't no secret, bro. Somebody told me. Did anybody tell me that I kind of figured it out? I don't even remember, but oh yeah, the dude who gave me the Gorilla Glue. He's a gamer. I don't know what gamers are. I guess they play the internet fucking these video games. I never played one, but I'm going to, bro. One of these days I want the boxing. So I look at the boxing on there, and bro, that fucking shit is like. Now you can control that. You control the punches, and it's so real looking, man. I'd be sitting here all day, man. My wife would come. You still up? Go clean my bong, honey. I'll give you an edible if I can find one. Tam the Bam, how you doing, brah? Maybe. I think so. I think the power puncher. You gotta put the its in front of there. Lost out. ITS. And that'll get you to me. AJC, salute my brother. But a lot of very cool fights on the horizon. What was I talking about before I got curtailed here, man? Sunny Scotland. All right, bro. You know, I appreciate that, you know? Hoot, mom, hoot. Get some of that. Tavish McLean, hoot, hoot. Eating the haggis. I hope you tip well, man. I had a friend of mine. His name was Scotty. That's what we called him. But his name was Ian Wilson. He passed away. And when I went through, when I was getting straight, I went to AA. I went to NA a lot too, but AA was I kind of related more to the alkies. And this old cat, man, he was a fucking little weird old bird. He didn't drive. I used to pick him up to go to meetings. It was kind of like maybe a year's acquaintance, but he really latched on me, bro. Joe, how you doing, my brother? Yes, it did, man. Joe Frazier and George Foreman, bro. So you get me on that one, Joe, didn't you, man? Anyway, shout out to you, Joe. Where was I going on this? I was on a good roll. I was talking about something, man. And, oh yeah, my friend Scotty. And dig this, man. See, this was one of my maybe I guess a failure at sobriety. How's that? See, my friend Scotty, he had really bad feet. He had, I don't know, ulcers. I don't know what the hell he had. But he had to have a nurse come there a couple of times a week and clean his feet for him. You know, I never got involved in that end of it. But he was also on some fucking serious painkillers, and I was a fucking heroin addict. And I wasn't doing heroin, but I still had it in me. I still had that desire to do a little taste. And he wanted to ride to the meetings, and I said, Scotty, man, that's like fucking 5 miles out of my way, and I got to be there by 8 o'clock. He said, I'll give you a couple of them pills. Because earlier in our relationship, I had a migraine. I didn't even know he had these fucking pills, and I said, I got a fucking killer migraine, Scotty. I'm gonna leave early. He goes, I got some good pills for those migraines. And he's giving a fucking addict fucking Tylenol #4s, codeine pills. And he's like, don't take too many of these, you're going to get drunk. And I knew just what they were. I said, shit, I fucking forged so many scripts for Tylenol 4s. But anyway, man, shout out to my friend from Scotland. He ended up passing away. Chain smoked cigarettes. You walk in his house, you need a fucking fan. I mean, it was like, wow. But he was a great guy. He was a great guy, man. For a year, I think I was his best friend for a year. You know, he would what's that thing up there in the thing? Is something with the microphone or the power or something like that? You know, this StreamYard there, they're always coming out with new shit on here. Now is my volume okay out there? In the music in the background okay? Somebody give me a yeah out there. I think it'll probably take a few seconds for it to get, especially to Scotland, man. Shout out to you, man. Edinburgh. Haggis. What is that? Sheep guts or something all jammed into a fucking, into a stomach? I don't know what the fuck it is, man. I know I've heard about it, and when I heard the ingredients. Where are you, Joe? Thanks to Matador. Appreciate that 86. Damn the bam. I like that, bro. Yeah, this Andrew Steen came around, and we're in like a catch-up game because they came out with all different versions of it, and it started with just Andrew Steen Dion, and then they added and subtract molecules, and it became like Andrew Steen Dion 7/4-Diol, and they kept doing that. It was a cat and mouse thing. One would get banned, and they come out with another one, and they really didn't work that well. If you were going to put that in your body, because see, oral steroids, that's another thing, man. Injectable steroids are the safest, most efficient way to go. You know, and like I told you, hey Joe, Ireland, man, shout out to Ireland. Brian Hawkins, an Irishman. Mark is an original Irishman, and I think he's Canadian now. But hey, shout out to you, man. I appreciate Ireland. Appreciate you coming in here. But anyway, man, where was I? We're talking about the Andro. Yeah. And I probably had about 4 cases of these that I bought because they were at one time they were hot, and then you couldn't sell them anymore. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? I got about $900 in fucking product back here that I could turn into about $3,000 if they would let me, but they wouldn't. But what they did was they made it to the point where I knew most of my customers, but the ones who bought that anyway, I knew them from training in the gym. There was a gym across the street I used to go to. There was my gym in Seekonka, about 8 miles away. That I was a god in there, to be honest with you, man. I was in there for fucking 20 years, and I wasn't even fucking 45 when I was an OG in that fucking gym. But yeah, man, they're saying, Bruce, I want some of that Andro 19. Can you get it for me? And I said, man, you know, I can't sell it to you, but because you're my good kumpah, tomorrow morning I'm gonna bring a couple of bottles in with me here, and I'll sell them to you in the locker room. And it got to be like that. I got rid of them so fast, and that was it. And even when I closed down, I still had a few bottles left there. And I used to work out mostly in my studio. I had a nice setup, man. I had a Smith machine. I had a free bench. I had dumbbells that would go up to about 90 pounds, and I had a leg press, and I had a hack squat machine, and I guess I had about 1,000 pounds in free weights. So I could pretty much do any workout that you'd want to play with in the gym. You know, you want to go there and play with chest machines. I'm in Rhode Island, my brother. Rhode Island, Bristol, Rhode Island, in the USA. Like, you know what I like to do sometimes on here? I like to show my backyard. Let's see if I can get it up on screen here. Oh yeah. This is my backyard, bro. That's what I'm looking at right now. It's funny because the camera, when the sun goes down, it goes in black and white, and I think there's a little flashlight you can click on there. But anyway, that's my backyard right there. That's what I'm looking at here, man. Well, Rhode Island is where I'm at, man. If you're ever down here, look me up. I've met two cats on YouTube, man. I met my buddy Mad Chad. I'll show you the other screen I got here, man. This is the other side of the bay. See, I got two cameras on this, and this is actually the left side of the same camera. And that's the Monhoe Bay right there. That's the city of Fall River across the bay. That's my deck right there that the camera's mounted to. And some days, man, that water gets so rough you can surf out there. I'm gonna play. I played that earlier in my show, and early when I've been doing this for about a year, and when I wake up some mornings, you're getting a northeaster. And that's kick-ass shit out there, man. That's Mother Nature. Sometimes at its cruelest. And then I have my other. Now we've seen enough of that. Let's get back to our show over here. But that's where I live. Over the easternmost part of the not of the United States, because you got Provincetown. That's the community out in Massachusetts where supposedly the Pilgrims first landed. Not Plymouth Rock. This was Provincetown. I don't even know, man. History, the winners write history, you know. So we don't know what happened, you know. I mean, I can't believe that I only heard about Black Wall Street on YouTube. Never in history class. So I don't know what the fuck happened back then, but I do know I love being on the water. This time of year is beautiful. Vinny Paz was from Rhode Island. Yes, he was, man. I've met Vinny Paz a couple of times. I want to get him on the show. Vinny doesn't sit down. Vinny, there ain't no flies on Vinny Paz. Vinny Paz is bopping around, but he's the couple of times I've spoken to him, the couple of times I've met him, nice guy, and I'll get him on here. We'll have a talking with Vinny Paz. Big Duke, man, salute my brother. Vinny Paz is a fucking character. I've heard so many stories about Vinny Paz being in a small state like this. Vinny Paz loves the strip joints. He's been on the fucking 6 o'clock news so many times. He's told me he doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke, because I said, Vinny, we're going to do some smoke. No, he goes, who's gas? I don't smoke that stuff, man. I haven't ever had a drink. I never had a smoke. I never took a pill. But then I talked with some other fucking guys and said, oh, man, I went out with Vinny. He got so fucked up. He punches strippers. I mean, he's got fucking 8 cops holding him down. Is he just crazy? Maybe. No, I don't have any money, bro. I wish I did. I live on a fixed income. I live on Social Security. I was fortunate enough to, I live in a house my grandfather built. it wasn't an expensive house until all of a sudden they went and they reevaluated everything, and they decided my little shack is worth way more than it was 10 years ago. I mean, damn. Shit, if you could make investments in that and bought it for what it was worth then and sell it for what it was worth now, fuck banks, fuck gold, fuck everything else, man. But I'm blessed by God, man. I'm blessed by God. I've had many opportunities to pack up and leave. I've had relationships where almost forced me to pack up and leave, but I stood my square, and I think one of the most important things we can have is a roof over our head. I mean, you look at some of these cities, man, and the homeless people, the poor people that have nowhere to sleep at night. Homeless encampments. Shit all over the place. No bathroom. Fuck, man. I'm blessed by God. And I have a meager income. You laugh if I tell you what I live on, but I don't have to pay. I don't have to pay rent or mortgage. That's all been paid for, because back in the day when I started this journey, you could get a fucking house for 10 times less than what you pay for it today. And I was blessed by God. That's all I can say, man. I never rich, but I always had a few bucks in my pocket. And, you live the good life, man. You eat the right thing. You exercise on a daily basis. A lot of water, man. I can't stress that enough, man. Put that beer down. You want a little buzz on? Smoke a little reefer. Get a Toker. See the fucking base of a Toker too. Does that have a hint in there, man? No, it doesn't. That's the base of a Toker too. Once again, is one of my favorite subjects, man. That's water. You see, I see my brother Duke out there, and Duke and I, we talk about the old bodybuilders from the old day, man. The things that anabolic steroids has done to people that we know. We were talking about Rich Piana. I never met him before. I spoke to him on webcast before, but he was, when you do something, and see, I'm guilty of that too. When I do something and I want to be the best at it, and I dedicate myself, fucking the danger of premature death at the time is fucking crazy as it sounds. It doesn't make that much difference, And they used to say, I'd rather die big than die small. I'd rather die at fucking 30 when they can't close the coffin than die at fucking 60, fucking 150 pounds, It's a crazy culture we come from, bro, and now these fucking drugs are hitting the world of boxing, the thing that I'm so passionate about now. What the answer to it in a nutshell, what I think they should do is, this caused a closure. Some people say let it go, let them all take it. Who cares? It's only boxing. It's only a show. It's like the WWE. I look at it differently, man. See, I come from a different era. I come from the rich history of boxing where fights are on the up and up, man. Maybe they got away with a few things, but no. You couldn't do it, man, because there are telltale signs now that we know of. There are ways that we can tell if somebody's on the sauce, and the testing methods. See, what I would do is I would put together a commission, and this will be paid for by the federations who are testing the fighters now, and the state commissions. I'd get rid of that. Too much room for corruption in there. I would have a federal boxing and mixed and combat sports drug commission. No fucking enhancement, blah blah blah. No fancy words. Drug enforcement, drug commission. And we're gonna have maybe 2 doctors on there. We're gonna have some retired athletes, some former PED users. It would have to be an odd number because there would have to be votes on it, but there would have to be a standardized set of rules. Testing, especially testing. It has to be lie detecting should be put in there. You'd have to go take a lie detector test. If you pass that, then onto the urine test or hair follicle, depending on what these commissions, what these experts, because I'd probably be pretty good on that commission. But see, what they would have to do is get a standardized set of tests, and they would have to be used throughout the world, not just throughout the state, throughout different countries, throughout the fucking world, man. To get this under control, and you have to have serious penalties. You have to have a list of banned substances. If these substances turn up in your urine, then you are guilty until proven innocent. And you B sample. You guys do know what a B sample is. When you take a urine test, you piss once in the bottle. You piss once in the bottle. The lab technician will take that and we'll put it in two bottles, the A sample and the B sample. And that what that is for, the only reason that's put in storage, and that's in case you have a positive result with the A sample. And what it does is it ensures the chain of command. It ensures that nobody pulled an OJ, nobody tainted it, nobody altered it, nobody switched it. And that's where a B sample will prove a dirty A sample. It's not requested by the offending person. It's automatically done. If you pop hot, and your B sample pops hot, you are guilty. That's it, man. There is no defense. There's no doctor's note. Those are banned substances. They're on the list. You have a reputable lab testing specifically for those substances. And what you have to do is see, right now boxers are fighting once a year. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is a 1 year suspension? It's got to be a longer than a year. First offense, you could be a little lighter, but after that, it should be a 2 year, 3 year, and then you should put a substantial fine in there, like a $200,000 fine. And that's the only way to clear it up, man. You have to use it originally as a deterrent, because that's the best way to scare boxers. It's like, what the fuck? You think I want to fucking fuck with that and lose the prime of my career and have to give them $250,000 and have to go for fucking drug couches, drug screening, and all this other bullshit? But you really have to be hard on it. You have to make it not like what you want to do. Make it non-desirable. And if you want to cheat and get caught, because people are going to try to get by it, you're just going to have to fucking lower that hammer, and you're going to have to enforce these fucking laws and make it stringent. Make it where it ain't worth it, man. It ain't worth it. Yeah, well, we're looking at them all differently. But the thing is, with Conor Ben, he should fess up. He should take his punishment. And that would probably give him a slap on the wrist, a 6-month suspension. Real me, C2. Salute. But this is what I say that they should do, man. We're talking about something that shut down a fucking huge fight, multi-million-dollar fight, put dozens of boxers out of, and their camp and their trainer and all their preparation. If they can't put together a non-profit organization, is that what they're going to have to call it? But it has to be a commission. It has to have ultimate authority, and I think that's the only way to curtail boxing right now, man. I really do. I think leaving it to the way it is, having fucking questionable labs test these things, and then losing fucking B samples and fucking being allowed to fight when you're dirty and going on a Indian reservation. It's fucking bullshit. And it will kill the sport of boxing as we know it, man. It's already a joke. Paying $85 to see fucking Deontay Wilder and Helenius in a fight that would be lucky enough to make the wide world of sports back in the day. We used to see fucking Muhammad Ali on a Saturday afternoon for free. Even HBO used to give it. They gave us some great stuff, man. 2 fighters who haven't fought in a year. One coming off 2 vicious beatings. The other one over the hill. Ben knocked out. Ben knocked out cold recently by Gerald Washington. Dude, come on. We're gonna. But the thing is, man, Bruce Gas doesn't pay for these fucking things, bro. Bruce Gas streams these fights. I've been streaming fights for so long. It's not, the first one that I streamed on the internet was Roy Jones. We went to Russia. I can't even remember the dude that he fought over there, but the dude knocked him out cold. And I was in my store and I was playing around with it, and it was like Saturday afternoon. Roy Jones is fighting, and I got it, and I'm like, wow. And I bookmarked the site and just been expounding on that. And you're never gonna catch me buying a pay-per-view, man. The internet would have to crash. And then see, there are no friends right now. None of my friends are boxing fans anymore. Not to the extent where they would buy a pay-per-view. Where they wouldn't even watch it on ESPN Plus. You know what I'm saying, man? I'm the last of a dying breed over here in Rhode Island of a pure boxing fan. You know, maybe when it gets to the point where they allow the PEDs in there and it becomes the WWE atmosphere. Because it's not too far away from that. And if we don't get these these drugs and these cheaters out of boxing, Victor Conte, come on. I mean, this dude, man, Balco. Back in the day when I was fucking around, man, people were getting stuff from Balco. Balco Labs was shipping directly to fucking Providence, Rhode Island. That was part of the pipeline, man. So if boxing does not clean itself up, it's gonna wipe itself out. Now I want to share that about PEDs. A little bit of the experience I have with them because they work. They work. They give you that edge. They make you faster. The eye-hand coordination. If you're already fast, they're going to be faster. They're going to be stronger, so you're going to hit harder. And it's not what boxing's all about. Yep, Roy Jones, man. Roy and who the hell was it? They both popped on the same night for the same fucking drug, man. And that was Andrew, I believe they got popped for. But yeah, man, it's a crazy, wacky world out there, man. There's a lot of ways, a lot of easy ways, and nobody knows them more than I do. I stated earlier, man. I've taken the easy way all my life. I'm not proud of it, but it is. Unfortunately, it is what it is. I think I got maybe the last 25 years right. Not even the last 25 years, because there was a lot of slips and stuff in there. But anyway, man, I appreciate you guys coming in here. Blues Gas, boxing, jazz, and more. Boxing fan. Shout out to you, my brother. Oh yeah, they increase your punching power. See, I think I talked earlier, man. I'm pretty sure I did. Damn, it's been an hour and a half, and I hate to be repetitive, but yeah, I think we talked about the different steroids are used for different purposes. There are ones that I would recommend for boxers. If I was writing a boxer stack out, I'd include probably a little Winstrol in there, maybe a little Equipoise. A little bit of test, not too much, man. A little bit of a water-based test. Testosterone ethanoate. But yeah, man, it's all depends on the steroid that you take. That's why the harsh ones, man, that Dianabol, the D-ball. That's an oral taken steroid, and your liver has to break that down, and they put a lot in there so it can get through the liver, and it really overtaxes it. And that's why people end up with with fucking cirrhosis and fatty livers, things like that, because anything you take orally has to pass through the liver. The liver tries to filter out the non-desirables, and those oral steroids, you try to get them through that first pass through the liver so they can get into your bloodstream. And yeah, there are different steroids for different purposes. That's why boxing right now it's kind of new in boxing. And they're learning. I hope they don't learn. I hope they realize that this shit will fucking kill you in the long run. I've seen many bodybuilders dead before 45. My brother Jerry, Rich Piana. These are the internet people that we know, but it goes way back, man. Nasa El Sanabate. I mean, just so many of premature deaths and using fucking performance enhancing drugs in sports, man. So boxers, man, please wise up. Do it naturally. Demand testing. You know, I would say demand a boxing a board to oversee this, man. And that's the way it should be done. Anyway, Bruce Gas, Boxing, Jazz, and more. I'm out of here. Time to let the dog go out. Check things out, man. I'll probably go trolling around a little bit. And God bless, man. Thank you for coming by. Make sure you subscribe, like, maybe even share if you don't mind. And I'll be back, I think, in a couple of days. We're going to have a special guest on here. So bear with me, man. Peace. I'm out.